Good afternoon. This is a vlog by Ron Scareppa talking about uh, some very strange thing that happened to me personally, involving a lot of people I still know today, mainly police officers and EMTs, along with you know, medical staff that were involved with what happened to me. So, just a quick summary of what I'm going to be talking about is some very odd things that happened to me involving the government and the hospitals. And me, who they pretty much had their way with, and I'll further detail what that's about, and how I never really have had closure on what happened to me or if it's happened to anybody else. And that's the main scab I want to pick, is if this shit's happened to anybody who is going to view this and hear about my story. So, yeah, just a quick overview. I'm going to describe 2 weeks, 2 weeks of time where in 2000, I do believe it was 7 or 2009. I'll see now. A lot of my details are fogged with time, and not to mention I was in a very different state of mind than I've ever been in my life. So that's also the timeline is a little warped, along with not just reality itself was different. So what happened was, real quick, I was working concrete, doing French drains and undercarriages on houses, real man shit. My buddy got me the job. He just passed away from heroin. Drew Resnick, God rest in peace. But yeah, I was busting ass, and I was under a lot of stress, and it was um, so I went to a party after a long week for a graduation of a friend of mine, Mikey Bajelic, and had a good time, drugs, alcohol. Went to sleep that night. For whatever reason, I fell asleep with my knife open behind my neck with both hands ready, and I slept like that. Yada, yada, yada. I got in a fight that night, ended up in the psych ward. There was like star power involved, my pit bull named Love. My buddy pulled a knife on me. I had to get rid of some evidence. Some very miraculous shit happened. So that ended me up in the psych ward that morning. So, and then went back to work the next couple of days after I got out. I think it was a 4-day stay in Cleveland, Ohio. What else happened? Okay, so real quickly, I worked and it was payday Friday, and I got in a car accident that day. T-boned a guy, pulled out in front of us. We were going 45, and airbag popped, smashed our car front end. I popped the airbag with my head. We hit so hard, saw a white light. I had about 4 seconds to pray for help to God, and I knew it was going to hurt. Anyways, it was pretty comical in the end. There was money and the case of beer everywhere in the car because I just got paid. It was pretty devastatingly scenic. I denied hospital help, and I was really hurt. My neck is still injured, and this was 10 years ago or so. And went back to concrete work for a week until I quit. No, that timeline's a little messed up. Anyways, but so I quit, and oh shit, no, that's not even okay. I was working at a water company, and I got paid. So it was before that's true, but the concrete gig wasn't going on. water company, and I got paid. And I don't. Either way, so that was the night, the morning that the shit hit the fan. A week previous, I went to the psych ward, got in that weird fight, summoned star energy, tried to breathe fire. This guy sucked that energy out of his eyes with the vortex that with the power of God, used to, cleanse this kid. And that was an end of the psych ward. So a week later, I got paid. I wanted to go to Nelson Ledge's Quarry Park, badass place. Festivals, it used to be a lot freer, less restrictions, less staff, less police, but it's still good. So I wanted to go there really bad. And my elder brother, he used to throw tantrums, and I always restrained myself, and did his like subsided and let him walk on eggshells. So this morning I wasn't having it. I had money. I wanted to do something, and he started throwing his tantrum. So before this incident happened, I found a can of beer back in our tree line, tall pines, that was so eroded, unopened, 3 of them, and I drank it. That must have been the tipper, and it just escalated every 10 minutes. So went to the psych ward again that night after about 12 hours of torture endured by the medical staff of Geauga Hospital and the sheriff department of Geauga County. I'm not going to talk much more about this right now, but my biggest question is, has anybody in a hospital in restraints ever had a green light extracted from their body by a machine possessed by the hospital that emits a spectrum of all the colors? Let's see, what would that be? Perpendicular to the green light that came out of me and was pulling in my green light into that machine. I witnessed this after they injected me with 3 different, well, at that point was the 3rd when I came back awake and saw that shit, saying, God forgive them, for they know not what they do. And then just literally laughing in relief that God was with me and that I saw that they didn't want me to see it. So, and when I came to, the word miracle was on all the lips of the nurses there. So God bless everybody involved, and I hope something, is derived from the incident by the medical and government. But, I'm just really shook up from this shit. I need closure on if anybody has, or just stories, or just witnesses of some foul play of the government and some alien activity in the hospitals, controlled by humans, interlaced activity of technology with the aliens and humankind right here in our hospitals. So enjoy this little bit of information. I'm going to be doing a daily vlog, mainly about this story, so I can get into detail, maybe answer some questions from previous days. What else? So, Ron Scrappa out.